Yo, 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 welcome to the motherfucking neighborhood via mystical, because I was fucking up mystical illuminations. Again, shout out to to the Peace Dealer Magic Mike. So what we're about to do is we are about to start our weekly motivation, your weekly dose of hope. And so in our weekly motivations, I'll post them either. I want to call them Motivation Mondays on Sundays so that you can have it my week starts on Sunday. And the neighborhood is Business Savvy Sunday. But on Mystical Illuminations, this will be the Motivation Monday on Sunday, if that makes sense. So what I'll do here on these days, I'll give them to you either, like I said, Sunday or Monday, and I will go through. I'll give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of motivation for the week. I'll talk about the transits that I was able to pick something up about throughout the week, because most often I don't have time to really sit down and tear apart the charts. I will get there, but I'm not there yet. I got to do some organizing, so I'll give you some tidbits about what I heard, and I might pull a card or two for you guys, and show you how I read neighborhood hope dealer style. It ain't like anybody you ever saw read, and if you got a problem with how I read, go to fuck somewhere else. There's that. We have a lot of amazing readers, but you gotta, if you listen, this is a shot of hope. This straight no chaser. Either you take it or you don't take it. That part. But I love you all the same. I love you all the same, my guys. All right, so one quick thing about me that you'll learn. So one, I'm not at my home. I'm in Louisiana. So my background will look different. So I'm at my parents' house and I'm working with what I have. One thing about me, you'll always see me in a cool ass t-shirt. I bitch love a punny t-shirt. This is my unfuck yourself shirt. And one thing about me is I don't drink any caffeine. Um, but I do drink tea, so all kinds of decaf tea, and I love a good mug. So I'm at my parents' house, so this is a mug that they have. But all of my teas have quotes. I live for a good quote. I live for a good quote. So if ever I have a tea or I'm drinking a tea, I'll read a quote to you. It says, "Walk beautifully, talk beautifully, live beautifully." So those are a couple things that make me that keep me grounded. So as not to hold you too long, that part. Let me. And I'm always hydrating. I actually, like, I'm a fitness freak as well. So I'm always drinking something. I actually need to go get my protein, but I'm probably not about to do that. Probably not about to do that. If you still here, thank you for still being here in my with my rambly ass. All right, so first things first. So happy motivational Monday on Sunday. But this is not only for it's something, I guess, to get you through the week, to things to keep in mind during the week, because everybody need that shot of energy at the beginning of the week. So this for any and everybody who click on this, they supposed to get this type of energy. So one, we have a new moon in Aries. So really quickly about me. So in the neighborhood, I do different days, and in the neighborhood is Manifest Monday. One of the ways that I manifest is through the moon cycles. I use the new moon cycle to write my intentions. And then the full moon to check to see if my intentions, like where I am with the intentions that I've set. So if I set maybe a year ago I wanted a new car or a new house, during a new moon, whatever new moon it was, on a full moon I go back through that list and say, have I progressed any towards that, or am I still in the same spot? If so, what should I be doing and what should I not be doing? So that's kind of the ways I check myself in manifestation. So, but one of the ways I use the new moons to manifest, I let the energies of the new moon tell me what I should be doing. So if it's anything, so this new moon is in Aries. So I'll tell you a couple things about Aries in the way that I see it. But with this new moon being in Aries, this is the go-getter moon. I like to name things. That's just me. It's a little knack of mine. It's the go-getter moon. So this is the moon where, okay, you write your intentions. And one, if you write your intentions, if you're writing new intentions or you're revisiting intentions that you've had already, is there anything that you can take action on? Aries is a child of the zodiac. And I don't know if y'all seen kids, but kids have a shit ton of energy. So not only is the moon in Aries, but also the sun is in Aries. So you getting gang banged by energy. You getting gang banged by a lot of energy that you usually wouldn't have. So this is a time, if you're into manifesting, if you're trying to go get something, this is a time to put in that energy to actually go and get it. Now, really quickly, a tip about manifesting. A lot of people don't know, like, manifesting is a phase. It's a long phase. It's a long, it takes it's not instantaneous. I like to give people the example of going to Starbucks. You go to Starbucks, and this is how I like to think of manifesting. If you go to Starbucks, you say, hey, look, I want so for instance, for me, I would like a peach tranquility, a venti peach tranquility, 50% lemonade, 7 pumps of peppermint. That's it. You don't go and ask for what you don't want. You don't say, I don't want any of the coffees. You don't say, I don't want any of the scones. You don't whittle it down from what you don't want. You just specific in what you want. And that's key. That's step one into manifesting. And to me, putting that order in, that's me writing my manifestations. What do I want? I want a venti, a large peach tea. I want it 50% lemonade, and I want 7 pumps of peppermint. Nothing more, nothing less. That's exactly what I want. So that would be me writing my intentions. And so once you make that order, you have to have the money to actually go and get the thing that you said that you want to order. Depending on how big the order is, it depends on how long it'll take. And so in our terms, when I say the money, that means the energy. You can't manifest anything with negative energy. That's just not how it works. You can't say, hey, you can't go to Starbucks and say, hey, I don't have no money, but I want this thing. Just like you can't go to the universe and say, hey, I don't have any energy, I'm not going to do anything, but I want this thing. And the thing about the universe is you can't lie to the universe. So you can't go to the universe with negative energy and just be like, I got good energy. The universe, you can't hide from the universe. So there's that. So make sure when you're manifesting, it's coming from a good place and you have that amount of energy to pour into the investments that you have. So analogous in manifesting, you have to have the energy to manifest the thing you want. You have to have the money to buy the thing you want, analogous to Starbucks. So once you get to Starbucks and you pay your money, sometimes it takes a couple minutes because it was something really quick that they could throw in a microwave, or sometimes it takes like 30 minutes. Depending upon how big or custom your order is. And that's how manifestation works. But a lot of people miss their manifestations because they don't understand that it's not Starbucks. When we try to manifest huge things like $1 million or $1 billion of homes, like while we wait 5 minutes for that drink, if we want to manifest that thing, you might have to put in a lot more work, a lot more time, and a lot more energy to manifest that thing you want. And the key to manifesting is waiting out and doing the work. And a lot of people, it's just like going to Starbucks. A lot of people go to Starbucks, and if they take too long, they just drive off, not knowing that their order was coming up next. Not knowing that the manifestation, that the thing that they were trying to manifest was right in front of them, but they got impatient. So that's why it's important to track your progress with the new moons and all of the moons to see, one, if you're going somewhere or if you're still in the same spot. So new moons, for me, those are very important. That's how I track my manifestations, to say, hey, have I made any progress since the last new moon? Is this a new moon that I can make more progress or take more action? Is it a Libra full moon? Is it a Libra new moon? This is a moon that I feel like I need to sit and really think about what it is that I want and rethink my intentions. But we'll talk about all of that later. But I wanted to give you that for the Aries new moon. So this is the go-getter moon. And so just couple of things. Right now, we have several planets in Aries. I know Venus is in Aries. So with Aries being a planet of self and Venus being a planet of self-worth, man, it's really causing you, and I don't know right now if it's conjunct anything, but I know that it's gonna. And then we also have Venus in Cazimi, and I'll talk about that because that affects Taurus as well, and we're about to go into Taurus season. But so what the new moon being in Aries, you have that energy. So for the next couple of days, on top of this Venus energy that's already in Aries, you'll really be looking at yourself, making a list and checking it twice, seeing what you like about yourself and what you don't. And I will say this will be an easy way to get triggered, because one thing I've learned, my best friend is in Aries. I was engaged to an Aries. Aries got hair triggers, you know what I'm saying? They pop off real easy. So I call myself, to all my nerds out there, I call myself a firebender because I'm a Leo. So I know how to use fire energy. That's why I can explain Aries energy. A lot of people, if they're not those signs, they don't know how to use that energy. But in order to use it properly, you have to understand it. So I've studied Aries, and understanding that no astrological sign fits any one template, because that's just not the way the science of it works. Unless a person was born at the same exact time on the same exact date, that's the only way that their personalities could possibly be extremely similar. But that's another rant for another day. But with Aries, we have the tendency to pop off on people. So what I would say, especially for this week's motivation, is be mindful of yourself. This is a week of self recollection, self growth, self development. And so with that being said, everything that you encounter, every problem that you encounter, it will be some reflection of you. People may project onto you this week, but that will what this Aries energy will cause you to do is, one, don't pop off, because you might want to pop off, but it'll cause you to look at yourself and say, is this person projecting, or is this person, or is this something that I really need to work on? You know what I'm saying? But you got to be in tune with your star player. Shout out to Lulu, I love, from House of Oshun. I've always watched her, but that's her thing, is being in tune with your star player, knowing yourself. When you know yourself, you can tell what's somebody else and what's yours. So this will be a week of asking yourself, is this my shit or is this somebody else's shit? And I'm gonna be 100 with you. Sometimes it's your shit. Sometimes you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. So all of these things will be going on with the new moon in Aries. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. My grandmother often said, my mom tells me this all the time, you can't control nobody but yourself. And half of the time you can't do that. So with this new moon in Aries, especially with these Aries sun, and as we fade into Taurus, just be mindful of yourself. We have Aries and Venus and Aries, so we got that popping off. Then we got the moon in Aries, and we got the sun in Aries. So one, don't be too hard on yourself. Treat yourself. Buy yourself something nice. Be very kind to yourself, because even as spiritualists and light workers, we can't give more to other people than we give to ourselves. You gotta, like the people on the plane, they say, put your mask on first before you help anybody else. You gotta help yourself before you help anybody else. So if you're really on this light worker journey, if you're really on this spiritual journey, you gotta make sure you're taken care of before you can take care of anybody else. So for the people this week, for my motivation this week, make sure you take care of your motherfucking self, because this is a vital time. You're going through a lot of growth and changes and upgrades, and people think that growth is something that's a walk in the park, and it's not. Growth is the most uncomfortable, especially because people love to cling to the same. Change is hard sometimes. So there's that. Sorry, I went off on that rant, but I'm not fucking sorry. And I wanted to shout out two of the astrologers that I listen to, because I got that attorney in my background, so I feel like I got to cite all of my sources or the people that inspired me to talk. So her name is Dolly Manghat. I think that's how you say it, Dolly Manghat, and Coyote Star Astrology. I listen to them faithfully, outside of the Peace Dealer and the Leo King. So there's that. So really quickly, as we go into Taurus season, we getting ready for Taurus season. I want to let so Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and I just learned that, and that makes so much sense to me. I'm a Libra moon, so I hit a little different, and it's interesting. So I don't know if I ever told people what I am, but I'm a Leo sun, Libra moon, and Scorpio rising. So when somebody says something, I forget the young man's name. I will try to cite him in the description as to, he taught me what a Cazimi was. I forget how to say his name. It's a very interesting name, but I'll make sure I try to put it in the description box. But he taught me what a Cazimi was, and it's essentially what some planets, when a planet lines up with the sun but does not loses its power, loses the magnification of its power. But because most often when planets line up with the sun weakens them. But when there's a Cazimi, the sun does not weaken that planet. However, it does transform that planet. And people don't understand how transformations, what they entail, what they feel like, what they look like. They think transformations are are easy peasy lemon squeezy, and majority of the time they're not. So with Venus being in Cazimi, and it will be in Cazimi until it's about 15 degrees away from the sun, which won't be until May, I believe. I gotta double check this, but I'm pretty sure that is the truth. So with that being said, all of the people who are ruled by Venus will feel this. They will feel this in some shape, form, or fashion. It might be and that's the thing too. Like, to all of my people who watch this and who continue to grow with me, like understand how tarot works. Like we have different tarot readers, we have different intuitives. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm I'm a navigator. Like I said, I'm a spiritual counselor. Like I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can tell you how to deal with. I can tell you how to deal with it now that it has happened. That's my gift. And I can and two people with the same situation might have very different. I might tell them to do very different things. It just depends. So with that being said, we have the Venus in Cazimi, and it affects Taurus and Libra. And so you'll be going through some type of transformation. I don't, like I said, to get back to my point, I don't know what it will look like. Maybe you'll undergo an attitude adjustment. Maybe you'll undergo, you're thinking about how your look, your image, maybe the way you speak, maybe the way you see things. And it won't look like what you think it's going to look like. I got my favorite, deck, the New Vision, Tarot. Shout out to Magic Mike. I saw him shuffling with these cards. And I was like, I gotta have these. These are my cards for the year. One of my mottos for the year is that it won't look like what it's supposed to, but it's gonna be beautiful. Whatever happens will be beautiful. So I talked about the Cazimi. So just for my Taurus, because you are ruled by, I say any houses that you have that are ruled by Taurus, or any houses that Venus sit in, or any houses that Libra sit in, but I'm focusing on this more of a Taurus season. Just be ready for some growth and lean into it. When you lean into it, it don't hurt as much. It's like go with the flow. Because when you go against the flow, that's when you drown underneath the current. I hope that makes sense, guys. Just lean into it. It might be uncomfortable, but the question is, do you really want to do better? Do you really want to be better? Because change comes with a cost. Magic comes with a cost. You want to manifest something. What are you willing to give up to get what you want? If you know me and if you come to the neighborhood, or if you've been by the neighborhood, you know I struggle with negative thinking. And so one of my goals was to give up negative thinking for positive thinking. Whoo, bitch, let me tell you, my boy, it's not easy. It's my don't believe me, just watch card. So all right, I'm at 17 minutes. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I hope this interesting. I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. If you don't, ask me questions. And I may not know all the answers, but I will find out. I'll make sure I take the time to read all of the comments and answer all of the questions as best I can. I bitch love a good. So that's one of my detox. See, I've been in Louisiana eating like a fucking pig, but I always detox my body after I've been drinking like crazy. Man, everything trying to pop out. All right, so what I'm about to do is I am about to just pull some cards and see what guys say I need to give us some motivation. Because at the end of the day, as for me and my house, we serve the Lord, my boy. Y'all know I'm trying to get this hair together. You know, gotta get a hair together, whatever. All right, I'm almost there. But I hope you guys have a great week. In the neighborhood, we say, don't go get it, because if you don't, somebody else will, whatever that look like. What are you trying to manifest? This new moon energy is a great energy to actually start that shit. They say we don't have no planets in retrograde until April 26th. That's when Pluto will go retrograde. Ooh, that was a towel. It tried to come out. You know what? I should have took it. If it come back out, it come back out. If it come back out, it come back out. What's this? All right, one more card for the people, my friends. One more card for the people. All right. Two more cards. That's shit. I'm taking all of these. All right. Bottom of the deck. It's so crazy. My grandma just died. So I'm the man in the house. Like Big Sean voice. But the Six of Cups. So whatever it is that you're coming into that you have, give more of it. Like this would be me giving hope to motherfuckers. Like my grandparents, like, hey, turn up, beat, turn up, hey. But no, whatever it is that you got going, like you're gonna have more than enough. If you're worried about something, don't be. You're gonna have more than enough to give to others. So when the more and don't like. And that's another thing as we go into manifesting and getting things. Don't limit your brain to what abundance can look like. Abundance can look like a healthy family. Abundance can look like not being rich, but never having to worry about anything. Abundance can look like love. Abundance can look like happiness. Abundance can look like anything. So you will have an abundance of something. It may not look what you think it should look like, but don't sleep on it. But don't fucking sleep on it. So God's got a blessing. My mom was like, I heard you singing on one of your videos. You sounded horrible. My mom a fucking hater. I love her though. I'll fight you over her though. Cause I'm all in my head. I think about it over and over again. So I saw the tarot card pop out. So this time I'm gonna read this. So I'm gonna just show y'all the cards I got. But I told you I read like I read. You got a problem with how I fucking read, you need to go to fuck somewhere else. Other than that, y'all come get this blessing. All right, so I got the Star. I got the King of Wands. I got the Eight of Swords. I got the Nine of Wands. I got the Strength card. I got the Six of Swords, and I got Justice. So this is my motivation to whoever needs to hear it this week. Get out your head. You fought for whatever it is that you motherfucking had. You fought for it. Like whatever it is that you got, the battle is over, and you like and like you could just give up the fight. You don't have to fight no more. Like it's all in your head. Like you don't have to, like you're so used to what it is that you've been through. You're so used to that lack mentality. You're so used to being afraid. You're so used to losing that that you don't even realize that you're not there no more. Like you should you Gucci. You good. You good, and it's really all in your head. You at this point, you're like Gucci say, I'm the only competition, so I'm battling with myself. You the only person beating you. Like if you stop defeating yourself, then you can have everything you want. Cause we got the fucking Star card, my boy. And it's so funny because we got the King of Wands, and this is the Aries full moon. I mean, this is the Aries new moon, and I feel like this. If I had to put this as a card, this would be like the overarching energy, and because you let go of the mind frame that you had, because you realized that you could have anything you motherfucking wanted, you realize your strength, and then shit starts to fall in place. And then you once you realize, like, because if we're too much in anything, if we're too much in our head or we're too much in the clouds, Remy said anything in excess is poison. So this is you fighting to keep your balance and walking away from an unbalanced mind frame. And you realize once you walk away from that unbalanced mind frame, you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to. You realize your strength. When a person realizes their strength, man, can't nobody tell them nothing. Like, you know how strong you. Hello to that. Not. You know how fucking strong you are. If you watching this shit, you stronger than a lot of people, because there's a lot of motherfuckers that's not here today. And so with this Two of Swords, not this Two of Swords. To me, I was watching another reader. She was just like, that's balance. That's just imagine the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a bitch just sitting outside in the middle of motherfucking nowhere with two swords and a blindfold on her motherfucking face. That bitch gotta be balanced. Like, to just be sitting there, she don't know who could fucking attack her. She don't know who could do anything to her, but it don't fucking matter. She's so fucking balanced. She just sitting there with the fucking Two of Swords with a blindfold. That's some type of that's trusting God. That's trusting the universe. But I'm not gonna preach on that today. But so you're gonna have an abundance of like share what you learned in the process. Like that's what you need to do. Like you've done, like this is done. Like this is like as the King of Wands, he's sitting at this point and just as I look back over my life, he's looking back over his life, because I said this is the overarching energy, and he's like, damn, I came through all of this. I went through battles with people and myself. I was in my head, but some kind of way I got the fuck away from that shit, and I realized that I could manifest anything I want to. But it took some strength. But that's just the way it is. That's how it's supposed to be. That's because I have accomplished balance. Hello, somebody? Are you balanced? Ask yourself if you balanced. Ask yourself, sit back and look over your life, especially with this being an Aries moon. This is a great Aries moon read. look back over your life. Look at yourself. Look at in this Aries energy and look how far you fucking come. Don't look at, don't, like Drake said, why would I still rap about the days that I wish I had it? Like, nah, look how far you've come. Look how strong you are and be proud of yourself because you fucking deserve it, because that's fucking justice. Some people couldn't fucking come with you. You had to leave some people behind. Some people died. You lost friends. You ain't, they couldn't fucking come. They was gonna fucking destroy it. Sucks. But be proud of yourself. Be proud of the work that you put in, because listen, the 7 of Wands ain't easy. You ever try to use 7 Wands, 7 magic? You ever try to do 7 magical fucking things at one time? Try to juggle some shit. But you overcame that shit. You thought you couldn't do it, but you could do that shit. You could do that shit, my boy. So that's my little new moon in Aries motivation for you guys. Look back over your life. You look under this fucking Aries moon, under this motherfucking King of Wands energy. Look back over your life and see how hard you fought, how strong you've become, and how far you've come. Let this be a marker to keep fucking going. It's a motherfucking go get it moon. And don't take nothing you don't want. Fuck that shit. If it's not for you, God gonna send you something better, bitch. You got a fucking Pegasus. Somebody offer you a bitch ass cup out. We got a fucking My Little Pony ass motherfucker coming towards me. Don't take nothing you don't want. Only take what you know you deserve. Now the question is, what do you deserve? Because if you're a fuck ass, listen. Stop making a big deal out of the little things. You still got 2 cups. You on your way to, you already victorious. What you tripping for? So whatever you mad at, whatever you got going on, whatever you sad for, what my question to you is, what the fuck is you tripping for? Because you already good. Like, winners don't trip. That part. All right, let me see. Let me shuffle. I like to shuffle. I'm going to just pull 1 card from this deck because this is the inverse of that deck. So I always like to see if anything comes full circle. Full circle. I hope y'all enjoy this this weekly shot of hope, this weekly read, this weekly ratchet report, bitch, and the motherfucking magician popped out, bitch. You know what? I'ma leave this shit just like this. Motherfucker, man, universe just said, look what I'm trying to tell you is you magical as fuck. Like, as you look back over your life in that, under this new moon in Aries energy, like, realize how you took that trash and turned it into cash, like Kevin Gates say, how you alchemized the bad and turned it into good. You, under this moon, you need to understand how motherfucking magical you are. And now that you know how magical you are, what type of magical shit are you gonna create? With that motherfucking being said, listen, in the bottom of the deck is the fucking Temperance card. Hello, somebody. Look, let me tell you, with the bottom of the deck, like, if you know, you fucking know. With that being said, y'all have a blessed Sunday. Y'all have a blessed week. This was your first episode of Monday Motivation on Sunday. Go get it, because if you don't, you already fucking know. Somebody else will, my boys and girls.